they'll crack it on the floor and then they'll go
Yeah.
oh my arm.
Don't hurt yourself.
Hi, hello! Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you are safe and doing well. So, within the realm of Japanese pop culture, there is fashion, which I cover extensively in most of my videos, but there is also music. In this Japanese pop culture music space, there are idols or idoru. And within Japan's idol industry, there are lots of different kinds of idols, like underground idols or chica idols, who are independently managed idols who perform at small venues, or there are also virtual idols that are digital avatars representing a fictional character or persona. But today, we will be focusing on kaigai idols, also known as overseas idols. And I have my lovely friend Paida, who is a dystopian pop idol from Space City. Paida is going to help teach me more about them and what it's like to be an idol. So let's go ahead and jump right into the interview. Beep,
Hi.
boop. Hello.
Baby booby bop boop.
Nice to meet you. For the first time ever. I don't know you.
I've never seen you before in my life.
Who are
I
you?
already like you. We're doing great. This is a very normal human interaction.
Let's just jump into the first question. For those who might not know who you are, please introduce yourself and your idol journey.
Hello. Hello, internet. Hello, cyber.grlians.
Wait, I'm sure that's a good name. I've been trying to think of like a name for people who support me, and that's actually kind of cool. Cyber.grlians. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put that on my.
Write that down.
I'm gonna write that.
No. My name is Paida. I am a dystopian pop idol, specifically J-pop idol from Space City. I've been doing idol work since, oh my gosh, since what, 2016 or something? But that was like as a cover artist, and I started doing my own music in 2020. So now I make music that's fun and crazy and informative.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. So, we are talking about idols today. How would you describe what an idol is to someone who's never heard of idols in their entire life? Like, literally, you come across someone on the street and you're like, I'm an idol. And then they're like, what the heck? So, how would you
They've
explain
never even
it?
heard the word before.
Right. They've never heard of that.
Okay. Well, there's so many different ways. I think since I'm strictly J-pop, and there's really all different types. I would say that like J-pop style idols, first off, it's like a style of music. It's kind of goes beyond genres. It's just like this own kind of style. But specifically, J-pop idols are people that want to, entertain, like singing and dancing, like on stage, or they also have net idols that do it completely online. And it's just people that like, have a goal, whether it's to like become a bigger singer or just like make some cute songs or any type of goal that they have, and just work really hard towards it. That builds a fan base. And I know the word is idol, but I'm not sure if it's like, like idolize. Like I think if you're like an actual really big like idol, like in Morning Musume or AKB, then yeah, like there's people idolizing you. But it's not really. It's just the term. It's just the term for people who want to perform and have fun and like connect with an audience and just like have fun.
So, if like let's say for example like Namie Amuro, like she does J-pop, right? But would she be considered an idol? Like how would you differentiate that?
No. It's really about, honestly, more than anything else, it's about what the person wants to identify as. Like I think when people think of J-pop in general, maybe when they think of idols, the first thing that might come up, at least a few years ago, was like Kyari Pamyu Pamyu. And people would see that and be like, yeah, it's energetic, it's colorful, it's youthful. She's an idol. but Kyari never identified as an idol. Kyari was very much, I'm an artist and I make music, and I'm not trying to do anything idol related, even though there were some things that were like adjacent. I would say no for Namie Amuro or Crystal K and everything. Like those are like Japanese music, pop and R&B and stuff. But if the person themselves is saying I'm an idol, then they're an idol. And that's the cut and dry of it.
Gotcha. So we are specifically talking about like J-pop idols, like J-pop adjacent. But, you know, K-pop is so huge. A lot of people, when they hear the word idol, they think, and I'm sure that you get this question a lot where people think like, oh, she's trying to become a K-pop idol. She wants to become Blackpink or something. So how would you explain like the difference between J-pop idol and K-pop idol?
Okay. First, yes, I get this so much, especially lately, like commentary from people or like people trying to talk to me or like talk about me to others using the word K-pop. And I'm setting the record straight here. I'm not K-pop idol. I've never tried to do K-pop. I don't take anything from K-pop. Like, please.
You heard it here first, folks.
This is it, the official release. But yeah, K-pop is so huge right now, especially K-pop idols. I mean, it's very understandable. You know, the music is appealing, the visuals are appealing, and their promotion is through the roof. Personally, I think the main difference is, I wouldn't say necessarily like a quality difference or a skill difference, but it's just like how they present themselves from the start. With K-pop idols, usually there's years and years and years and years of training, and they don't debut until they are 100% ready to just go out there and like be completely flawless. Whereas with J-pop, sometimes people debut with no training. Sometimes, like with the bigger groups like Morning Musume and AKB, there is training beforehand for a few years. But it's really about the person putting themselves out there, and you get to see their growth as like from somebody with like little to no skills to like watching them improve and get better and better until they're like professional. That's one of the main differences. Also, the style of music, if I'm being honest, and I love K-pop, of course, like you can't not love K-pop, but a big part of that is the music and where it comes from, which is the Western music industry. The same people that are like writing and composing and choreographing for the big stars here are the same ones that are selling the sound, selling the look and everything to K-pop artists. And it's completely fine. I'm sure that there's actually a lot of like songwriters that go on TikTok and they'll show like the original lyrics or maybe the original melody for something. Like the proof is there, and it's really cool to see the process. But from what I've seen for J-pop, it's a very distinct sound that you're not really hearing outside of Japan too much. It's just got like a uniqueness to it that I really appreciate. They don't sound anything similar. Even when you watch like a K-pop idol group do a song in Japanese, it's, you know, it's still got a very clear like K-pop sound to it. And yeah, like everyone's pulling from each other. Like that's the nature of art. That's the nature of music. But for specifically, like when you listen to J-pop, like, you know, that's J-pop. It's very bubbly, it's very energetic and like crazy in its own way. Yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, no, you did. I totally get it. Recently there's a K-pop group, and I'm assuming they consider themselves a K-pop group. Have you heard of XG by any chance?
I think, yeah, they're newer, right?
For sure. Something like that.
I think I've heard of them, yeah.
But I think they're all like AVEX or something, like they're all Japanese. And
oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken, please don't like me. I'm just, this is what
I'm after her.
But K-pop, it's Korean pop, and sometimes people think like, okay, well, everybody has to be like Korean or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's just the style of music and just how it's all produced and stuff, and that's why people are like, okay, that's K-pop. But please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% sure if they are considered K-pop or
I
not?
wonder too. I'll look that up later too, but I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely a style difference there as well. Obviously, a lot of the music from the K-pop industry is pulling from like heavily pulling from Western influences, but the way they execute it is still very like unique to K-pop, you know?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
and the same thing for J-pop too. The way it's executed is different. And it's kind of honestly, I feel like it's not fair to label these things as Korean pop or Japanese pop because at the end of the day, it's not about, at least for J-pop, it's not Japanese pop because all of the people have to be Japanese or even all of the music has to be in Japanese. Like there's just a style there. And
Right.
same for Korean, like isn't Butter completely in English? I know there's Korean pop artists that aren't Korean. I know there's K-pop artists that aren't like ethnically Korean.
Mm,
So the same can be said for J-pop. I mean, I'm not Japanese.
mm.
Yeah, like there's a lot that goes into it that makes it what it is and very distinct for both. So,
Very
yeah.
nice. Very, very nice. So within like J-pop idol sphere world, like what are some different kinds of idols that I know you mentioned net idols. I know that there are like Chica idols, underground
Yeah.
idols,
Mm-hmm.
virtual
Yeah,
idols.
yeah.
Like, are there any other examples that you could think
there's
of?
there's tons of examples. It gets even more like detailed than what you listed, but that's true. So like there's Chica idols, which I feel like is probably where I'm most considered in like the idol subcategories, and that just means like an underground, usually independent idol, like very small, doesn't have like a big backing behind them, like a company or anything. And
Hmm.
then like there's the net idols, which are also like indie, but they're like completely online. There's the virtual idols, which are like VTubers. So basically, at least for when how the core of VTubing and like the Japanese agencies, all of that's taken from like idol culture from Japan. That
Hmm.
whole idea of like having a bunch of people behind you and watching you improve as a person
Hmm.
and as a singer or a dancer or anything, that whole thing is taken from idols and I'm not going to die on that hill because it's so plainly obvious. But yeah, when it comes down to like the different types of idols out there, there's so many. You know, Baby Metal is an idol group and they do like heavy metal. Their outfits are very like dark but also cute. There's so many types of idol groups. There's an idol group where like all of the girls are plus size and that's
Mm.
like their charm point. That's another thing. Like charm point is a big thing in idols. There's a group where this one's a little weird, but there's a group where all of the idols are in debt. And so the whole point is like they all have a different type of like actual like financial debt that they're trying to get out of and it's really weird. But yeah, there's things like that. There's
Interesting.
like vampire themed idols, maid themed idols, and you
Mm.
know, they'll have outfits to match. Some people will have a very like strict persona that they use as an idol, and some people will just be themselves. I know there was a girl I saw in Japan that had a hammer like a little like plastic one, and then she would go around and hit people on the heads while she did her shows, and I loved that.
That sounds amazing. I would be hit on the head with a plastic
Right, I was like, line me up, like
hammer.
get me in the front, I'm ready to be bonked. It was a dream. So yeah, there's really so many different types. It's pretty cool, the variety
Mm.
that's available.
Yeah, I've seen a TikTok where it's like, here are some odd kinds of idol themes or what, something like that. And the first one was the group that their whole like shtick is that it's focused on the devil's lettuce.
Yes, I saw that group. I think their name literally is like cannabis or something.
Oh.
I think so. I'm not sure though, but yeah, I saw that group and I see like there's just different themes and
Mm.
people just really have fun with it. I love that. And then of course there's kaigai idols, which is a whole other
Yes.
thing. Like,
Yes. Speaking of kaigai idols, that is what we are going to be talking about today. So, like, what's the kaigai idol? Like, what does that mean?
okay, so kaigai just basically means like what is it? Outside country. It means overseas. And so it's basically anybody that's not in Japan or not from Japan doing idol activities. So I would be considered a kaigai idol because I am from Yeehaw land, and there's literally dozens of us. There's kaigai idols in the Philippines and in Canada, Australia, and like all over America. It's pretty great. It's pretty good.
Who are some of your favorite overseas idols or groups that you recommend? Because I know that it does, well, we talked about it, but it doesn't have to be just one person, right? It can be like a whole group of them
Yeah, it can be
too.
a whole group. So like just like there's idol groups, like just like there's groups in Japan that have like 3 to 50 members.
Oh,
Here as
yeah.
well, outside of Japan as well, there's groups. I'm a soloist, but there's groups like a Muse project in Australia. I think they're 5 members, maybe they're 4. I know one of the girls left to go to Japan for a while, so the group is 1 member down. There's Non-Suite in Canada. I think they're 5 members as well. I'm really bad with numbers. I'm sorry. I love everyone though. And then for soloists, there's little pastel idol Alex. She's in New York. Um,
Alex Pinku?
Alex Pinku too. She just moved, so I forgot where she moved to.
They're
But yeah,
great.
they're great.
I was referencing when I was doing research about idols, I looked into the videos that Alex made. So thank you, Alex.
Yeah, because they do a lot of stuff for YouTube and they talk about different things. So yeah, definitely check
Oh.
Alex Pinku out. And then oh my, there's just really so many. Of course, Melancholia here in Texas with me. He is amazing. I can't, he really sets the standard. Like for me, I look at his stuff and I'm like, yeah, I need to work harder because it's gonna be crazy.
No, you're both great.
He's amazing. I just everything he does is so quality, like chef's kiss. But yeah, there's literally dozens of us. There's more than I could ever list. We'd be here all day if I was listing all the different idols. And there's just so much talent. Oh, there's Lulu. Where is Lulu from? South American country or something. Just put the thing
Oh,
here for
yes,
where
I'll
Lulu's from.
have it on the screen for those
Lulu.
watching.
Lulu is from here.
Yes.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, there's tons of kaigai idols from literally all over the planet, and they're super talented and spreading J-pop idol culture in their own way and doing a great job.
Thank you for the wonderful recommendations. If anybody else has any recommendations for idols, idol groups that, yeah, you would like for everybody to check out, please link them down in the comments. I want to see them. I want to support them. But let's talk about you now. Like, let's go back to where it all began. So how did you find out about all this world of idols?
Okay. All right. I know how to answer this one concisely. Oh, so I was a huge weeb when I was growing up. So I think like a lot of people, not everyone, but everybody almost finds out about like how awesome Japanese music is through anime. Like anime openings and endings were just crazy and not what you'd see in like cartoons. So I became obsessed, and it got to a point where I would listen to like OSTs and stuff and not even watch the show or not even realize it was from a show. Like I remember listening to the whole Macross Frontier OST before finding out there was an anime, and then I just like lost it when I like watched the anime by accident, and I was like, I know this song and this song and this song and this song.
Oh.
But yeah, so I became like obsessed with J-pop music and all of the bands and everything. And from there, I think I found out about Morning Musume first, just like through YouTube recommendations. I think the first video I saw of Morning Musume was one of their concerts from the Platinum 9 album release. It was just downhill from there. I was just so enamored by like the outfits and the how like synchronized they were with choreography and how each song sounded different than the one before it. And I really got into idols from that, just everything idols. And I realized that like I've already was singing because when I was younger, my mom like really pushed me to do singing. And so I knew it was something I could do. I don't think I'm the best singer, but I know I can sing a little bit. And I have fun doing it. And I have a lot of fun doing it when it's something like this, like where I just get to go and be crazy on stage and just like, you know, just while out. So for me, my first show was like in the hallway at an anime convention, just like a random anime convention. I was like, what if I just like sing in there? And I brought like a little speaker and I had like a mic app on my phone to like amplify my voice. And I just started doing shows at the anime conventions, like in the hallway. And then I started doing panels where I would just have like hour-long concerts. I still don't know how I did that. Just covering like not even just covering J-pop songs, but covering Ani song too, because like everyone loves anime music. And yeah, from there I just kept doing it, and here I am doing whatever I'm doing right now.
You're doing a great job. I remember like that competition that was happening at H Mart.
At the H Mart, yeah.
And it was so incredible to see you perform and literally win the competition. Because when you said you're not the best singer, I'm like, excuse me, you freaking won a whole competition for singing. Like, you're incredible.
No,
yes,
I've heard my voice. I've heard my voice, and I'm like,
I've heard it too. It's great. You've heard it.
Thank you. It means a lot. And yeah, that was crazy. That was so much fun too. I miss those days. Things have changed a lot, huh?
I don't remember what year that was, but yeah, it
that
was
before I went to Japan. So
right. Yes, you did get to perform and travel to Japan, and I mean, we talked about your experience performing in America. Like you got to perform with Demon Dice,
yes, and Acme.
Yes, and Acme. What the heck? All these incredible like experiences. But yeah, like performing in Japan, what was it like performing there, and how is it different to performing in America?
Okay, yes, that is true. I did idol work while I was in Japan. It's pretty different, to be honest, because J-pop and idols are so niche here. The only chances that you get to perform here are either opportunities that you make for yourself online or at the anime conventions. So performing in America, it's very much like most people have a general idea of what's going on, but they're really just there for the anime. And there's people around, but like, you know, there's people in cosplaying, like glomping each other. Do people still glomp? I don't know. It's a very different vibe, but also because we have like this really small community of like the same like like 24 people that come to all the shows. It's very like close knit and energetic, like for the live shows. But in Japan, J-pop idols are just like a thing. It's not niche there. Everybody knows what idols are, but at the same time, it's not like it's a big thing. It's um some people look down on it, of course, but that's just anything in life. And there's opportunities for it. So in Japan, there's live houses where the whole point of the live house is just to have idols come and perform all day or all night, depending on like the schedule blocks. Idols there will have like one-man shows, even if you only have like 200 followers or something. Like you can get a whole night dedicated to just you doing your whole thing, and people aren't there to watch anime or to talk about anime or anything. They're there for the music, for the idols, and for that experience. So it's very different for that reason, and scary too, because you know I'm coming as like a non-Japanese person trying to fit in while still like doing things my own way, and it can be very intimidating. But in Japan, I was met with only positive vibes. Like I would say 99% of everything was really positive and supportive, coming from like the event organizers to the trainers to the audience. Like everybody knew what I was trying to do. When I would like do a song that required call and response, I would get it. And you wouldn't necessarily get that for every show in America because they don't understand like what orage is and everything. Um
What
And
is it? Like,
okay. It's like so Otoge is like so a big thing about J-pop idol culture is the relationship that you have with the crowd.
mm,
And when you for certain songs at least, but it kind of fits with all of the songs. They have like these special calls and responses where like people are like shouting to the beat to like kind of give the idol energy while they perform. You've seen like the long light sticks, right? That you hold with the colors and the
yeah.
glow, right?
Okay.
You have some, right?
I don't think I have one on me, but I have something that maybe kind of okay. Well,
Okay,
let's
yeah, like
imagine
that.
that these
So
are
people
light
will like
sticks.
well they'll wave them while people are performing to like show that like they're into it, and there's different like there's like oh hi or hi, and then there's like what is it like taiga faya saiba fiba ja ja I don't, there's it's
That
like a whole thing like
is that like a is there a whole script for that? Because I want
yeah
to
like
learn that.
the tiger mix, yeah, you can definitely learn it, I can teach you.
Please.
And then yeah there's okay so okay it's like taiga fire saiba, and you just say ah for all of them. I think they're all like English words, but it's like taiga, fire, saiba, fiba, daiba, baiba, ja ja.
Okay, I need to write that down because I don't think I
Write it
will remember
down.
it off the top of my
It's
head.
on the internet somewhere. And there's like so many videos of it too. There's like so many ways to like show your support like in
Mm.
the moment on stage, like with moving your light sticks, with doing the calls and responses, and even individual ones for the members. You're doing a set, you'll do some songs and then you'll like go and introduce yourself. Okay, so for me, I do what I was doing in Japan at the time. I think I've changed it up since then, but I would be like, "Hi everybody." What's an alien's favorite dessert? And then the crowd would shout, pie, duh. And it was like my name, but also like a joke. So there's like a lot of things like that that are just like always consistent with each show to show like your support and that like everyone's in on the joke, which is just like
Mm.
we're all just having fun and like being silly together. And it's just really good vibes. So
Don't
yeah.
people usually like because different groups still have each member be like a different color, and then your light
Yeah.
stick would match your oshi or your favorite person,
Yeah. So if you
or
have like your Oshi or your Kami Oshi, and that just means like the I guess for K-pop terms the like your who's your stan or your
oh yeah,
bias
your
or
bias,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. So like if I was your Kami Oshi, then you would have like your pin light set to purple, or like you would have like if I was selling merch, it would all be purple themed.
Mm.
And if I was in a group and everybody was a different color, when I come on stage or when I have like a solo part, then it would be purple in the whole room just for me. And yeah, it's it's a really
That's
cool
so
feeling. Also
cool.
for certain songs, they have like a catcha section, and it's like kind of like a slow part before the final build up for the song. And usually there's like a very what you were doing with the slow wave of the light sticks, or people might crack UOs, and that's like this big like glowing like masterpiece. And
I've
you've
seen
seen it, you've seen
videos where
yeah.
they like they'll crack it on the floor and then they'll go flah, 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 flah.
Yeah.
Oh, my arm!
Don't hurt yourself, don't hurt yourself. But yeah, it's a really magical experience. I think like you could probably find some really good videos of a whole stadium doing it
Mm.
if you watch like a snow halation one or something for the Love Live. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
It gets crazy, and it's just seeing that like whether you're on stage or you're in the crowd just feels like so powerful. Like everyone's just coming together
Mm.
and getting into the song. It's really cool.
Very nice, very nice. I guess performing in Japan, they're more aware of like, okay, there's a set thing where you chant a certain way. And so in America, like people aren't so aware of the call stuff,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Basically, for every show, like if you really want people to do it, then you're gonna have to like set some time aside to like explain the process, and then
Mm.
hope that like the small group of people who have seen you before are like gonna help everybody get into it. But
Mm.
usually people are like, this is weird. Why are you singing over the person performing. Like, no, it's I want you to do that. I want you to be crazy and like go wild in the crowd.
Gotcha. Well, comparing performing as an idol in Japan versus performing in America, and also because you started really getting into TikTok, people's reactions to you being a foreigner, like being an idol, what has it been like?
That's been quite quite an experience. You know, I said I've been doing this for a long time, a couple of years, and basically that whole time I've received like nothing but like support from everyone, and it's been really nice. But yeah, then I started doing TikToks early last year. I think around this time last year actually, and that was like the biggest jump in my career and also like the biggest mistake because it's been really crazy. Even in Japan, I received so much support. No one made me feel like I wasn't I wasn't doing something I shouldn't be doing, like going for idol stuff. Like idol is already so niche that people going in there and just like making it their own is already something that's so like normalized within the community. But putting that on a public space and it hitting as many eyes as it did with TikTok really brought out like all different types of people. I talked about how a lot of people mistake me for K-pop. Specifically, I got tagged in like some videos where people were just like laughing at people trying to like be idols that aren't East Asian and stuff like that. And it's really disappointing. But you know, I can't control people. They're gonna react how they want to react. But I got tagged in so many videos like that, and they were like saying, "Oh, they're just like people like that are just so delusional, and they're just gonna get burned by the industry and stuff." And I don't want to see them, you know, go through that. I don't want to see them like face those challenges. But at the same time, like, no, you don't. You don't actually care because you're here laughing at them like it's a joke. You know, if you really felt like, and this was something that I was seeing a lot in the comments, like if you really feel like your industry is problematic in those ways where like people are going to not make it, not because they don't have the talent or the skill that's actually needed, but for things that are like out of their control, then you should be supportive of people that don't fit the mold so they can make the industry more inclusive, you know?
Right. How's it gonna get better if you're making
How's it gonna get better if you're making fun of the people that are breaking the mold?
Right.
Because they don't look like your fave. Your fave is still gonna have their music and their part in the culture. Let somebody like there's room for everyone in anything.
Yes.
And once again, like most of those people were talking about K-pop, which I am not. I am not K-pop. The J-pop idol scene is very different. There's really just so many types of people doing stuff. I know I said kaigai idols are people that are like outside of Japan, but there are people who are not Japanese or who are like hafu that are idols. I think the one that comes to mind right now is like my friend Heidi, who is doing the Aho project, or maybe she says HAO project, and Noelle from Fruit Zipper. I think she's half. Yeah. So like there's really, and those are just like, you know, two of the bigger names I can think of. There's so many people that don't look the way I guess you would expect or don't do what you would expect them to do that are like finding their own place in this world and are happy. And it literally has no effect on how you currently enjoy whatever you're enjoying. So yeah, just let it go. And I'm sure your faves would not be happy seeing you like treat people the way that you treat people. It's crazy how many like negative comments I get online now that my music has reached a wider audience because before that, in Japan, from all types of people, nothing but positive vibes. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I don't know.
Yeah, the whole social media thing, that's a whole deep
Yeah,
pit that we could
we could
spend
talk
years
for,
talking about.
but you know what? For every ignorant or hateful comment I receive, I literally get thousands of people supporting me. So it's just scary because that number went from like literally like 1,000 followers to like 10 times that amount. So everything is grown exponentially. And it's just scary to have to deal with all of that like whiplash. But
Mm.
I'm
Isn't
very
isn't there
mentally.
like a phrase where it's like growing pains or something like
Yeah, maybe growing pains. It's
I
I'm
don't know if
feeling.
that's related to
No, I think yeah, I think that's good. I was feeling it. I was feeling it. I think I finally like settled into myself a little bit more comfortably.
mm.
I was feeling a lot of pressure at first, but yeah, no, I'm good now. I'm going at my pace, and I'm not gonna stop. I said that already, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep doing my own thing and defining how I want to be an idol and save the planet.
for sure. Yeah, just like how everybody has their own like life journey, like not everyone is gonna have the same exact life where it's like, okay, born, school, college, work, get married, have baby, etc.
Mm,
Like same thing with everybody's own idol journeys. It's not gonna be exactly the
yeah,
same, or also their online social media journeys. It's not going to be the
we're gonna
exact
be the same.
same. Like
And
some
like
people, mm,
you don't want them to be the same. If
right?
everybody was doing the exact same thing, it would it wouldn't be very entertaining for you now, would it? Like that's another thing I have to remember when I hear like all types of comments. We all come from different backgrounds. We all
Mm,
have different life experiences,
right.
and I hope that they can understand that too. The life that I lived is nowhere similar to theirs, and the things
Mm,
that I've experienced are nowhere similar to theirs. We're going to do different things and have different things in life that make us happy.
absolutely.
So you can't like you can't judge, you know? I've gotten so many racist DMs and comments and stuff like alluding to my skin color. But like as for my music and for my experiences in Japan or my experiences like in America, like on stage, nothing is different. I try and just be myself. I'm very proud of being a black woman. I'm not trying to hide it. You shouldn't try and hide things about yourself, especially like, I can't control that. No one can control that. I shouldn't be punished for being a beautiful black woman that can sing in two languages. So it hasn't made things too much harder for me. Like, as going just off of my experiences in Japan and my
Mm,
experiences here, the internet is a different story, but I just can't focus on that, or else, it'll consume me and I won't be able to
mm,
move forward. So just
gotcha.
remember, the real world doesn't care. In the real world, people aren't going to chastise you for things that aren't like your control. The real world, people are not as evil as they are on the internet. And that's it.
Nice. So that's one aspect of J-pop idols and stuff. When people look up more information about idols, like on Netflix, for example, there is a documentary about, I guess, like the toxic side of the idol industry. And I
Mm,
think, it goes with both J-pop and in the K-pop idol industry too,
okay,
that
yeah.
there can be, I guess, like exploitation happening and stuff.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts regarding that? Like, I feel bad, like downing the
No,
mood with this, but, you know,
don't.
do you have any experiences or know anyone who went through something similar to that?
I guess yes and no. Personally, I haven't had any of the like really bad experiences. I think it definitely does happen. I think honestly the worst is that I've gotten a few comments that are like you need to lose weight or you need to like lighten your skin or something, but that's really like very very minor. Just like any industry, especially
Mm,
the music industry, it can get really bad. There have been reports of idols like just straight up not getting paid. They'll work with like a company and they'll never get their money, or they'll get paid extremely little where they're like almost homeless while also being like this idol that's like has adore like fans that adore them. There's obviously bad stuff to it. I know a lot of people will look at it, and this is how I think one documentary portrayed it. I'm not sure that I like super agree with it because they went out of their way to like make it seem weird, because the one problem that I personally have with the industry in general is just how young they want you to start out sometimes. Obviously, like I being someone from a different country who just didn't find out about it when they were like 8 years old, I got into it later than most people. I think most of the time there's groups that have somebody start that young as 8 or as 12 or something. And whether or not you support that, children need to not be exploited.
Right.
But obviously, like, people shouldn't be forced to like not like something just because that there's bad aspects to it. There's still really good things about Japanese pop music and idols. Like there's older people doing it, there's people that aren't Japanese doing it, and there's definitely bad parts. I've had a couple friends that got sucked into the wrong parts of it as well, and it is a shame. That's just what we have to keep doing, is like bringing awareness to it and not trying to perpetuate that stuff ourselves. So like I'm very much doing this in my own way. I'm not in Japan anymore. I'm definitely just trying to spread the things I love about idol culture and the music. I'm not going to judge anybody for how they look or how they don't look, which is another problem that can be prevalent. I feel like the documentaries like to focus on, oh, crazy, weird Japan. And while that stuff it's there and it's a problem, like what's your goal of highlighting it in this way? Do you want to just get rid of the music? Do you like want to get rid of the culture, or are you doing it so people can like still enjoy these things but have it be better than what this is right now? So I hope people look at these documentaries and think like that's bad, but me as a person I can work hard to not make that bad in the future. Like not everyone joining the idol industry has to be a child and not everyone needs to be like starving themselves and eating one sweet potato a day so they can fit into an outfit that's too small for them. Or people should just be themselves and be happy while pursuing this. And there's way more people, way more Japanese girls, Japanese boys, way more kaigai idols like doing this, that are happy with themselves and comfortable in their own skin and doing this like on their terms, than there are what's being portrayed outside of Japan.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's really, really sad and unfortunate that these things happen. Like you were saying, bringing awareness to these issues, but also making it better for everyone. Everyone just works together to make the whole like J-pop idol industry better for everyone.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, like pushing all those documentaries aside, like what do you feel like is the real, like, well, I don't know. I shouldn't use the word real, because that the documentaries there are real as well, but in general, what is the idol community or culture like? We did speak about how the relationship with the audience and the idol themselves. This is definitely a very broad question, but yeah, thinking about it, what is the culture like?
Gosh, okay. Not to generalize, just going off of my experiences, the culture it's really about following somebody's journey as they keep improving and keep realizing their own dreams. There's a big relationship with the fans component, a big one-on-one thing. Something you probably can't really get with most recording artists, like here in the States, is like anybody can come and see you, get a chance to like shake your hand, take a picture with you, and just talk with you for a few minutes and stuff like that. It's very personable because you're putting yourself out there, and it's not just your music, but it's your personality, who you are as a person, or the whatever you're trying to portray. It's really like intimate and special in its own way. I think that's what real idol culture is.
What do you love about being an idol and the idol community? Like, how has it positively affected your life?
How it's positively affected? I mean, there's a lot of people that really enjoy my music, what I'm trying to do. Like, I get a lot of comments from people saying that I inspire them. And I don't know about like being a role model or anything, but it does feel like, you know, it feels warm and like validating to know that like people vibe with my crazy antics. I really appreciate it. I have only just a few songs out, but they're doing pretty well. I think they hold up on their own. Like, even if you just like visually remove me out of the picture, they were like just generally like good songs that people can enjoy. Yeah, I'm very happy being an idol, and I'm not gonna stop.
Yes, Dream Future Town.
Dream Future Town, please. On all platforms.
Well, what are your goals and dreams as an idol? Do you have any in mind?
Yeah, I do. So like before I was like being super overly ambitious and I was like, I'm gonna do Budokan. And Budokan is just like this really, really big concert hall that like you can perform at. And that's still one of my goals. Nothing has changed. But I do think as I keep growing over time as a person, I want to do so much more with my music. I want to perform all over the world and spread awareness for like the planet. That's like my whole like my charm point, I guess, is that like I'm like this dystopian environmental pop singer. So I want people to, care about the planet just at least a little bit more. And obviously like the problems are very nuanced and layered, but still as individuals, like we can always try and, be better people and do our part. So I hope that I convey that in my music. And yeah, it would be really cool to perform in space one day. Like that would be
Yes.
really crazy.
Oh my
But also it would
gosh.
probably take a lot of resources, like, to shoot the rocket up there and everything. So maybe not. For the Earth's sake, maybe I shouldn't do it, but it would be really cool.
Maybe like a hologram of you in space
Yeah,
or something. I don't know how
that
that
would
will
be
work.
cool.
Let's start a
That would
GoFundMe
be
for it. Everyone,
let's
let's
do
go.
it. I'm here
Well,
for that.
I have some questions from your fans. So if it's okay with you, we'll do a lightning round, rapid fire questions from
Okay.
fans. Let's start with this first question. So, how would you describe your awesome style?
My awesome style, retro future, neon, burning.
Very
I
nice.
don't know. Fever dream, fever dream.
Gotcha. Do you ever get stage fright in front of so many people?
Yes, every single time. I think, especially with the big show I did last year with Demon Dice and Acme, that was just like so many people. And it was also like 100 degrees outside. So, like, I was ready to pass out.
What was your inspiration for your idol outfit?
Oh my gosh. I just wanted to look like, yeah, I wanted to look like future retro and like spacey. I get a lot of inspiration. I know people are like, it looks like Ooh La La from Space Channel 5. And I love that people say that. That wasn't a direct inspiration, but like definitely the vibes are there.
How or where does Paida get her outfits? They're so cute.
Oh, thank you, peoples. I know everyone's talking about the outfit I just described. That one is mostly custom. The top is from Kiss Me Kill Me. The skirt and everything else is custom designed for my liking.
Very nice, very nice. If you weren't an idol, what else would you be?
I'd probably just be like a couch potato, but also like an environmental activist.
Nice. What is your favorite drink?
My favorite drink is Kikkoman soy milk, just the normal green plain soy milk.
Oh, it's the same. I love milk. Do you have a dream collaboration? And if so, with who?
Oh my gosh. Yes. With literally all of the kaigai idols, it would be really cool if we came together and did like a whole collaboration album. I think that would be really neat.
Have you ever thought about writing and releasing a ballad?
A ballad. Oh, you know what? I have some songs in the work that are kind of ballady. I feel like people say that my voice is best suited for slow songs anyway. So, yeah, I've definitely thought about it and I'm in a way working on it. I don't know if it's intentional, but yeah.
When's the next song drop? I'm nosy. I'm sorry.
It's okay to be nosy. I don't have a specific date yet, but hopefully maybe next month, maybe the month after that. I'm working on it. I promise.
Very nice, very nice. And last question, what's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color is green.
I thought it was purple.
I know, right? Everyone would think it's purple because my image color is purple, but it's actually green.
Oh,
Because
oh my
aliens are
God.
green.
True. Well, very nice, very nice. Thank you for participating in this lightning round fan questions. Let's go ahead and bring it back around to everybody. So, question: can anyone in the world become an idol? I know we already kind of answered this question.
We already kind of talked about it, but
yeah, regardless of country, race, ethnicity, religion, age, gender, size, etc., etc., can anyone in the world become an idol?
I honestly, yes. I think 1,000%. If you want to do it, just do it. If you feel like there's some limitation, like because you are not X race or you weigh X amount of whatever or anything, literally throw all of that out of the window. Life isn't real. Like, we're all just here and there's no purpose except to just live and then die. So, literally, do it how you want to do it. Like with J-pop, there's a style to it and the whole style is making it your own, you know? Obviously, like even my concept of being like a spacey idol, I'm not the first person to do that and I'm not going to be the last person to do that, but I make it my own. If you want to do something and like incorporate your something that's like unique to your hometown or your culture or something just that's about yourself, make it your own. 100% anyone can do this. It's literally just about molding it into something that's unique to you. That's the whole point of being an idol, in my opinion. And people like that. People like when not everyone is the same. So yeah, please be an idol as yourself.
Yay! I don't know why holding this thing makes me feel so like secure or
It's your
something.
source of power now.
But anyone can become an idol. And one of your fans had asked, how do you or how did you debut? But if someone wants to become an idol, do you have any advice on how they should start?
Yeah, and I get this question a lot in my DMs, so I'm glad you asked it so I can just answer it here for people. If you want to be an idol and you're not sure like where to start, honestly, pick the thing you want to focus on. If you want to focus on singing, then, start doing covers. Take your favorite songs and just record yourself singing them. If you're like really into dancing, you can start with odotemita. To be honest, I think I started with odotemita, which is just like doing dance covers of like your favorite songs and stuff like that. If you just want to start with like pictures or something, literally just a tweet like, "Hi everyone, I'm going to be an idol now." Like just put yourself out there. You don't have to worry about being perfect or making sure you have like the perfect equipment or anything. You just need to like put yourself out there, just give it time.
Very nice, very nice. Do you have any last words of encouragement for the viewers who are watching this video right now? All eyes are on you. No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, I just thank you for, believing in me, and I believe in you too. I really feel like there's a place on this world for everybody. No one deserves to be unhappy or miserable, So just do you, and over time that will change. And you don't need to feel bad about that. Just, keep growing and changing and doing what makes you happy and spreading positivity with that. So, yeah.
Yay! Very nice. Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
do you have anything that you would like to promote or social media pages where we can support and follow you? Like if you have anything upcoming? Yeah.
I'll announce events that I'm performing at when I get that information. I still don't know all of them yet, and it's changing all the time. But I would announce it on my social media. So I have Twitter, which is like at Ginga Girl Paida. I've got Instagram, which is galaxygirlpaida.official. And then I've got TikTok, which I think is just like Galaxy Girl Paida. And of course, my website, which is www.paida.space. And I'm trying to release a bunch of music this year. I don't know how far I'll get. I hope I can at least release like 3 or 4 of them, but I'm sitting on a mountain of songs and I really want to put myself out there more this year. I'm always nervous to do so, but you know what? We're living in a simulation. So
We support you. We love you.
Thank you.
You got this.
I'll work hard. Ganbatteimasu. Yes.
Fighting, fighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got this together.
Yes.
Kill all the humans. No,
Oh
don't
my
put
God.
that in there. Destroy all humans. There.
Oh
You can
gosh.
put that one. That one's better.
Oh, but thank you so much. I love you, friend. You're amazing, incredible. I'm so proud of you for how, like, oh man, you know, we've known each other for
So long now.
it's
It's
been
crazy.
quite some time, and I feel so lucky to have you as a friend. Oh my God.
Stop, don't cry. No, I feel even more the same. I feel so fortunate that you've put up with me for all these years and keep me in your life. I really appreciate it. I'm really not I'm not the most eloquent person, like, or like good at the talkies, but you wanted to like put me on your YouTubes, and that means a lot. And just being my friend means a lot, and like being a part of each other's lives is has been very enriching, even though we live so far apart now. So like, but that just makes it even more precious when we do get to see each other. So
Yeah. Oh man, like dude, you inspire me so much, and just whenever I see you on my feed, even though we are far apart, and especially if we do get to see each other, we got to see each other at Sin City in Vegas the last, and
great.
that was that was a lot of fun. But I can't wait for when I get to see you again next. And oh yeah, we have to do that like collaboration thingy where I dress you up and design an outfit for you.
Oh, for real? Oh my gosh.
Yes,
that would be
it
crazy.
needs to happen.
Wait,
I need to
didn't even say you
figure
asked
out.
me. Someone asked about the outfit, and like literally that outfit would not be nearly as amazing if it wasn't for you. Like I've got candy trap hair accessories in my hair for that.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, so guys,
Yes.
shop candy trap because
Thank you.
the long ones I have, that's candy trap. It's I don't know which side you're right here, but yeah. Literally, you really gave the fit like 40% more coolness. Like, so thank you.
Thank you.
It completes the look. 100%.
I will make you more things, and I have a gift to send to you anyway. So
no.
yeah, but
I mean, when I make my t-shirts, I'm gonna send you a t-shirt.
T-shirts.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Oh my God. Thank you. Oh my God. My like cheeks hurt from smiling
right?
so much.
Yeah. I know.
But thank you.
No, thank you.
Wait, like am I on this side for you? I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can do a hand heart.
I'm like
Yay!
Yay!
Friendship!
Friends together forever. See, no.
Thank you so much again to my lovely friend Paida. I will have all of her links linked down below. But I'd love to know your thoughts on idols in the comments. Do you have a favorite idol or group? Please share them down below so that more people can check them out, and I really want to check them out too. Also, if you yourself are an idol or part of a group, please feel free to plug yourself down below. But thank you so much for watching all the way through, and thank you to my lovely patrons! I'll see y'all in the next video, so take care and bye-bye!